Much more at stake in November than just the presidential election. Key races across the country could change the balance of power on Capitol Hill. Analysts say the Republican majority in the House could even dwindle, and Democrats could regain control of the Senate. Kristen Fisher live for us in Washington with what we can expect. These are some big races we're talking about, Kristen.
Yeah, they are, Abby. And let's start in Nevada, where current Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid will not be running for re-election. So to fill the vacancy, he's handpicked his Democratic successor, former Nevada Attorney General Catherine Cortez Masto. Now, she's running against Republican Joe Heck. So in this race, the Latino vote, and therefore the Trump factor, is going to be very important. And this seat, Harry Reid's old seat, is one that Democrats will almost certainly have to win if they want to gain control of the Senate in November. Now, another race that we're watching is the one of the Senate seats in New Hampshire. This race is especially fascinating because it pits a popular sitting governor against a well-liked incumbent senator. The Democratic governor, Maggie Hassan, is taking on Republican Senator Kelly Ayotte. And then let's talk about this Senate race in the big battleground state of Ohio. You've got Republican Throb Portman battling it out against a Democratic former governor, Ted Strickland. Interesting side note here, Strickland actually lost the governor's race in 2010 to current governor John Kasich. Finally, let's head to Wisconsin, where current Senator, Republican Ron Johnson, is facing a challenge from Democrat Russ Feingold. This race, it's going to be interesting because it's really a rematch for these two. Johnson actually ousted Feingold back in 2010. So, Abby, not only could that race tip the power in the Senate, it could also be a highly contentious one as well.
A lot of races to follow. Also, Marco Rubio. A lot of people are wondering what's going on there in Florida.
Right. Well, you know, remember, part of the reason that Marco Rubio changed his mind and decided not to retire from the Senate is because he said he knew that control of the Senate may very well come down to the race in Florida. So this is a very important race. After the primaries last week, Rubio will now be facing Democratic Congressman Patrick Murphy. Murphy has come under fire for allegedly lying about some of his business dealings, but this race could be very close. The latest Real Clear Politics average of polls right now has Rubio ahead by about 6 points, Abby.
Well, if you're not following this races now, you certainly should start. Kristen Fisher, thanks for being with us this morning.